with the black paint, 50 paint, marking them. You was signing signatures out there. People was afraid. As soon as you came out there with the regular joint, I was like, oh, man.
Jaylen Brown is live on Twitch right now, and he is giving it up.
It's dead last in getting calls. And I was vocal about it. I got thrown out some games, or etc. And they keep saying like this push off and this stuff like that. You know how many players do that? That is such that's the common play, a basketball play. Every player does it. So why are you targeting me? It clearly had an agenda. Like maybe because I spoken that was critical of the refs in the regular season. So you know how they responded. Like we gonna call every, you're gonna lead the playoffs in offensive fouls. That's how that was the response from the officiating crew. You could clearly tell, and I've actually spoke to some refs and they said it was agenda going into each game. So anytime Jaylen brings his arm up, just from reputation, just call it.
Yeah.
Like, but Paul George does the same thing. Jalen Brunson does the same thing. So I can go down the list. It's a basketball play, whether y'all believe it or not. You know what I mean? Everybody does that when you drive, especially if you got bodies on you. But Philly took advantage of it, and they took advantage of the officiating, and it cost us to some degree. But I've been doing it all regular season, not a problem. And now all of a sudden, it's offensive foul every time. You better keep that same energy with everybody else. That's all I got to say.
It's live. He's live, by the way. He's live.
Okay, that's not the reason they lost the series. The reason they lost the series because the Jaylen Brown with the black paint was top tier. 40, 50 paint, marking them. You was signing signatures out there. People was afraid. That's the Jaylen Brown. Like, as soon as you came out there with the regular joint, I was like, oh, man, he ain't serious. We needed the tar, boy. As soon as he put the marker to the forehead, I would have been like, yeah. All black with the crispy line, and then, you know, by the time the end of the game was happening, it was back to normal. That means he done wiped his game on everybody. That's the Jaylen Brown that didn't show up. But no, what Jaylen Brown is saying is a little bit of truth, a little bit of false. It's just the narrative in real time when you're frustrated. And here's the reality of it. A lot of people, a lot of players complain about the push off, right? So they're gonna report you, right? You played against Philly a lot, so they reported you to the refs. So now they're watching for this movement, and if it looks like you're pushing off, the benefit of the doubt goes to the defense. Now, Jaylen, the reason you get called for it is this. Everybody you named does not have a size advantage. You're stronger than everybody, goddammit. That's the reason that you get called the most for it. You're not Brunson, you're not Paul George, where Paul George can push you off. You haven't budged. You come in there with that Hercules arm and you get the pushing, they're going. And it's the advantage that your body itself is producing. So it's because you're stronger and you can get more space. So if I come and I bump you right here, right, and I finish off a little bit and you can contest, they're not gonna call offensive. But if you come down and you lay it and that body's just flying, they're gonna get you every time. So you're getting penalized for just being stronger than everybody else. That's all it is. It's just the as much power you're pushing. Everyone's doing it, but you know, Shea, you know, everyone's doing it. It's just you're just naturally stronger than everybody else. So they're not gonna give you the benefit of the doubt because you get an advantage.
109-100, the Philadelphia 76ers eliminate the Boston Celtics.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, they do. They do, yeah.
They did, but they know. They did, but they know. Okay? Boston eliminated themselves. Right? And I say this. Tatum was out. And you find out right before the game, that right there probably fucked everybody up. Excuse my French, messed everybody up mentally. Because now it's like, oh man, we don't have no, it takes hope away a little bit. So you have that going on, and then I'm gonna just be honest. The only person I knew was Harper Jr. just because his daddy. But there's 3 people here that I was like, who's these people? Right? You're literally playing 2-on-5. Like, how are you supposed to win? I just think that they tried to outsmart Philly, trying to put a little roster in and then bring off their horses. But once JT missed out 48 minutes, you play a dude 4 minutes, 9 minutes, they don't play no, like that. Why?
Yeah.
There's no point, right? Just you gotta, hey, Pritchard 48, White 48, Brown 48. I don't have time to fuck around. One, they got an Embiid over there. So I'm not gonna mess around with them. I'm not playing. Y'all, some of y'all ain't playing today. This is game 7. So I think they just got outsmarted and then realized what you shoot 53s, you want to make more than 13. I've always calculated their shooting and said if they don't make at least 23s, they're gonna lose. Like, more than half of your shots is threes. So you're taking just in threes alone. How many? Was that almost 150 points?
Mm-hmm.
And 49, 47. Yeah. They shot 100 just from the 3-point line. Just so we can do math here. They shot 147 points worth of threes alone. Just to score 100 points. So anytime they shoot under, if they can't get to at least 20, they are beatable. And they took 49 threes to make 13. I just, it's just one of those things where, Derek White, Brown, Boston themselves, Boston players, listen, nobody's mad at you guys, man. This wasn't, it's an upset to how you performed in the regular season, but you are playing against a team that was predicted higher than you guys if Embiid played healthy all year, right? So, if Embiid is not in this series, you're wiping through them, mano for mano. So in reality, they had all their horses. You guys didn't. You guys, you pulled out a miracle in how you guys played this year. Some of you guys elevated your guys' game. White, Brown, Pritchard's gonna do what Pritchard do. So, build on this, and there's no excuse here, right? There's no excuse. There's no excuse that needs to be made. The reason is, there was a time where, like right now, today, right? Jokic is the best player ever, or best player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Just 3 years ago, Embiid was so far in front of Jokic in a sense of, if you take away Jokic's assists, the numbers Embiid was putting on Jokic was clearly showing who dominated who when they played. That guy is still here, one-legged. That's how talented he is. There was a key moment that I thought the game was lost. And here, I'm gonna look at it right now, and I'm gonna tell you it was. Let me go play by play. It was at the end of the game. Embiid got hurt, and he was hobbling. They couldn't call a timeout, and Boston didn't capitalize on that bucket. And if it was me, I would have. Dang. Oh, let me go for. Wait, how do I get to the? I don't like the box. I don't like the box scores from ESPN.
Yeah, I don't either. You got to go to NBA.com. What are you looking for?
I'm gonna. It was like the last maybe 2 minutes. Someone fell into Embiid and he hurt his knee again. And he was hobbling. He was trying to get pulled out, but they was on offense, so they went up. They went up, missed, and then Derek White put him in Derek White put him in some pick and rolls. I would have picked and rolled this shit out of Embiid in that last what's the name? In that last play. And then just would have went ISO on him because he was blatantly hurting.
Oh yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. I pick and roll, flat, ISO. Took him in, brung him back out. Took him in, brung him out. I would have been working. I would have been working that knee. And I thought they missed the opportunity right there, and they didn't seize the moment. Because right then and there, if you score, they call a timeout and take them out. You know, but this it's been great basketball, man.
Well, hold on. We ain't off that one yet. I told you he was live. Now you said JB and the Celtics shouldn't have no excuses.
Shouldn't.
JB felt otherwise. Again, he's legitimately live as we're recording this.
No, I know.
So now he's talking about Joel, who we were just talking about.
I mean, this is my personal opinion on basketball. Some of y'all might disagree. You know what I mean? But argue with your grandma. Flopping has ruined our game. Joel Embiid is a great player, one of the best bigs in fucking basketball history. Flops. He know it. This ain't breaking news. This ain't, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Y'all can clip it up. Like I said, y'all can post it on these paid accounts that y'all, these bot, whatever. That's just my opinion.
Why is he doing this? Why is Jaylen Brown doing this right now?
I don't know, but he don't need to. And let me give you the reason flopping is a thing. Because Jaylen Brown suffers from it too. Jaylen Brown, you drive a lot, right? You drive a lot. You play strong basketball. Have you been rewarded yet? Right? For a guy who drives, who's athletic, you don't get no foul calls, right? Now, the reason you don't get no foul calls is because you play strong, so they let you play strong. So when you're thinking about flopping, let's just be honest. Who on your team, if Embiid wanted to play strong basketball, who on your team will stop him? No one. The reason these guys started flopping is because they had to oversell fouls that refs was like, you just play through the shit. I'm not calling everything. So now they got to pretend they're getting hit worse than they are, right? Think about how DeMarcus Cousins played, right? You get penalized for being strong. Giannis, you get LeBron, right? You're telling me LeBron, Jokic, Giannis, who else plays strong? Y'all can't get to the free throw line, but the Trae Youngs get there 10 times, right? The Shea 10 times. Like the guards can get there because why? The guards go, you bump them, right? That's how that works. So that's why LeBron's coming in there. He started doing that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. There was really nobody besides Metta World Peace that was probably stronger than LeBron at the 3 position. But again, they're gonna use their muscle against you. So to get the same calls as everybody else for you strong guys, you gotta sell it more. If not, you're gonna be looking at a guy who plays strong basketball and you're taking 5 free throws, 4 free throws a game. This year, 7. But you drive all day, right? It's because they're gonna let you play through it. You don't get benefited for being strong in the NBA. Like every time Giannis drives, he can get a foul. Now, if he started like flopping around and selling it more, he'd damn near shoot fucking 20 free throws. Right, but it's just one of those things. Is it bad for the game? I can't say it's bad for the game because if the offense is allowed to use their strength back and not get offensive foul, now think about you, JB. You're complaining about the same thing. You just haven't adapted to the flop part of it yet. Meaning, you're not getting your calls, you're not getting your fouls, and you're getting a bunch of offensive fouls. Now, if you start driving, instead of pushing off, you take the bump, they're gonna give it to you. Right? So Embiid is adjusted. But if you say, all right, Embiid, no more flopping, play it right, he's gonna be very physical. And then he's gonna get penalized on that side of the board. So instead of him getting penalized, he's forcing y'all to get penalized. So it's a give and take thing. But me, I personally love when, in real time NBA players, gets to just talk about the frustrations and how they see the game. Because it's more like how they're feeling it in real time. And since I've been there before, I was part of one of the guys who would come in there and yell, "Hey!" And they had to change the rule because of me and Dwayne Wade, where now today's game, you get to jump straight up as a big. Before, if you was in that key and there was goddamn contact, it was a foul. So instead of me making a layup, I just seek the body. If you had 2 fouls and you was in a lane and I'm gonna make the layup here, I'll go right across the lane and hit you for a damn near reverse layup, just to get that 3rd foul so you get your dumb ass out of the game. So they changed it and said, as long as the player's moving straight up, hit them in their stomach, they fold. Envelope. So, I like it.
People forget that, even refs have come out and been like, yo, I have a hard time officiating Shaq or LeBron or whatever.
Dwayne Wade,
Yeah,
Marcus Cousins. I can go even Jokic. Jokic in the post, foul every damn time. But in theory, not in theory, in reality, if a ref called every foul, nigga, there's no more games. Game's over. There's no games. There's not enough players. If they actually called every foul that occurs on a court, there's no more games. They only calling about 20% of fouls. So you got to pick and choose when you're getting fouled to sell that foul. Because they're only calling about 20% of fouls. Think about everything you do on a court, on defense. How many fouls is that? Right? Somebody coming through, you doing a little chuck right there. They see it, they just not gonna call it. I'm not stopping to play for that. Let's go. They only call things that they feel is an advantage to either side. Right? Like you hand checking me and I swipe like this, boom! Like get it off. If I don't go, they're not gonna call offensive foul. Now if I smack it off and then I take off, they're gonna, oh, that's an advantage. We're gonna call it offensive foul on you. Right? Understand the rules, understand your refs, understand who likes what type of style of basketball. Every ref, every human likes a certain style of basketball. So get to know your refs, get to know the style they like. Some of them like 80, some of them like 90, some like up and down, some like and one, right? Understand who they are, put it in your memory of what type of calls they make. All right, knowing like, okay, he likes continuation. So, if I get fouled, throw it up towards the rim because I know he's gonna call it as an and one.